Okay, I think everything's rolling, so
Cool.
that's my job. All you do.
Okay. Shall we start then?
Yeah.
Dive right in it.
Hello, my name is Slawinski, and you are listening to the Prowl Radio interview segment. Today I will be interviewing. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah.
Your names, etc.
I'm Charlie. I play bass.
I'm Cameron. I play guitar.
I'm Isaiah, I play drums.
I'm Fritz, I play the microphone.
Sick. Alright, so first I wanted to ask you guys about how'd you guys meet? Were you guys friends first, or were you looking for a band? Or what's the origin story?
Me and Isaiah originally met. We met online actually, through like a musician finder website.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's called Grindr. No, I'm just kidding. And then we started jamming with some of my friends from Racine in another band called Half Holiday. And then we met Fritz, and then we went to Madison with Fritz, and Isaiah was like, do any side projects?
Yeah. Basically, I was in this group called One Foot Bluffer and Cam, and his bandmate were at Fusion was the?
Oh yeah, Kenosha.
Yeah, Kenosha. It's not. Is it called Fusion or Art Space or something
Rest
like that?
in
So yeah,
peace.
he was in the audience, and that's where we first met. We kind of just started talking and had similar interests in music. I remember like these two were like, do you like Led Zeppelin? Do you like Alice in Chains? Do you like Black Sabbath? And I was like, yes, 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 and yes. And he was like, you want to collaborate and work on some tunes together? So yeah, it happened very naturally. And Charlie and I met in high school. We played JV soccer together. And Charlie's like the first person I ever played music with. We did this thing called bucket jams, and it would be basically Charlie playing guitar. I would play on a blue water jug.
Yeah, like the water cooler jug.
Yeah, the water cooler jug, and like try and rap, try and sing, and so yeah. Now we're all in this together. So yeah.
That's pretty cool. When did you guys first start playing together, and like when did you guys start playing your instruments as well? I'm curious about both those things.
So me and Isaiah started playing together like 3 years ago now.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. And then as a band, it's been like almost 2 years now, right?
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Was it like March of
Yeah.
2023?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, I guess like when it comes to music and like the origins of it, for me, it was more of like I was always a listener, and then like in high school, I got into like writing poetry and freestyling, and then instead of rapping, I started like singing. But doing it seriously, I'd say started when I was like 22. That's when I was like, I want to take lessons, and heavily influenced by like guys like Freddie Mercury, Robert Plant, Ozzy Osbourne, the whole Seattle scene. So yeah, I was like, I'd love to be able to sing like those
You can
guys.
freestyle.
So. Not right now. I kind of lost that skill, but that's where it all started, And then I think the change was, like rapping is awesome. I think some of the best lyricists in the world are like rappers nowadays. But then I was like, singing is just kind of like you're saying the word longer, so it'd be cool to learn how to sing. So yeah, that's how that started, for me at least.
When did you guys start calling yourselves a band versus just like a group of people that play together? I've always wondered that. Like when does it start?
When does it start?
Yeah.
Pretty much right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like that was like
At
the
least,
goal.
yeah.
When we started,
Yeah.
is like we want to be a band.
I think it helped having like very, like with Cam, Isaiah, and Charlie, it started with like finally finding a group of musicians where it's like we all really love the same like genre or like style of playing, and it just feels right. Like there's other times when music in groups or self projects, like it can be forced some with this. It's like, however I think like drums or guitar, bass would sound like they just, it sounds right when they do it. I don't have to be like, could we try this or try that? It's like, boom, right off the jump.
So you guys just have that synergy.
Yeah, the chemistry totally.
How did you guys choose the name Blind Hole?
This guy right here.
When it comes to like writing, or like I feel like a writer's always writing, so I have like a weird list on my phone, and one of the sections is like all band names, so I just kind of like busted out, like when we were writing a few songs, I was just busted out a list of band names, and one of them was Blind Hill, and Blind Hill I got off of a sign. It's a yellow, like kind of diamond sign that I saw a lot in St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. And basically, like, there's these signs when you're driving that are around like these mountainous or hill kind of bends. So it said Blind Hill. So it means you can't like see around the corner or over the hill. So I thought that was kind of like cool band name, because you just don't know what's around the corner in life and in playing music. And yeah, it's always something new, Yeah.
I've seen you guys play several times, and each time you guys have had a different bass player. And I was just wondering, how does that work? And like, how do you guys? What does each bass player bring to the table? How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, we've been incredibly like lucky to have been able to at least find one person that like wants to do it, let alone like three. Our original bass player was traveling for a little bit, so we had a friend of ours called Adam fill in, named Adam. People call him it too.
People call him
They
Adam
call
too.
him Adam.
Yeah.
And his name happens.
And then Charlie started playing with us last summer, kind of.
Yeah, like the fall.
Yeah, the fall.
4 gigs in September and like 1 or 2 in October. And then, my contract was up. And then like a month ago, they all showed up on my front porch being like, please keep playing with us. Please keep playing with us. No, they didn't, but they did ask me to come back, so that made me happy. And yeah, so I've only been playing with them for a little bit, this is actually like my first time like playing bass in a band. I mainly have played guitar in the past. So it's been really fun. I really enjoy getting to play like a different instrument.
Yeah, Charlie's locked in now. You're gonna be seeing a
Yeah.
lot of Charlie from here on out.
In the fall, it was kind of like, all right, I have to learn all these songs really quick. I gotta they're gonna be good enough, But now it's kind of like I have a little time to be like, all right, now I can like be better, So.
And we're really excited because Charlie's like a multi-instrumentalist. Like he'll go from guitar to piano to bass, obviously flute. Also we're excited to see what avenues that takes us.
And I think we've been rehearsing and we sound really good. I think a lot better than in the fall. I think the show on Friday is going to be pretty awesome. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, me too. It sounds like you bring a lot to the table. You play a lot of different instruments.
He does.
A whole lot.
He's modest. He's modest about it.
Yeah.
I felt like we were kind of asking to join Charlie rather than the other way around. We were like, can we be a part of your band, please? She's like, it's kind of one-man show, but yeah,
What do you guys like about playing together? What's your favorite thing?
The camaraderie. I don't know. I mean, it's just fun. It's like I don't know. Music is like just playing music. It's my favorite thing, and it might sound a little cliche, but it's just a spiritual thing for me in a way. Jamming with people and you feel good. I don't know. It's like how you feel good after you work out or something like that, but for my mind. So that and just having a good time, having adventures. We went up to Stevens Point in September, and I think we all had a really good time. So, stuff like that, stuff that you want to do when you're younger, so you got lots of stories for people when you're older. That's me, so.
There's a lot of great things about it, but probably when Isaiah takes his shirt off at the show, that's my personal favorite.
Yeah, I mean, we all just get along at the end of the day. If we didn't have the band, we would still all hang out. So
Yeah,
I think
for
that's
sure.
the coolest part. Just being homies with your bandmates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really well said. Exactly what Isaiah said, and it's like it's a release. It's a therapy. Like no matter what happens during the day, no matter what happens during the week, like I don't know. It's such a great like mood enhancer, and like a band, a brotherhood, like a passion project that you can work on with people. It has a lot of meaning.
Okay, this different question. But on your guys' t-shirt, you have a raccoon, and I really want to know the story behind that raccoon.
You were there. You tell it better. I don't even remember. It's pretty. Nothing.
I think we were just like really struggling to come up with some sort of merch, and then we like randomly like scrolled past that image, and then we like put it together with some font, and then we had some help from our friends putting it into a t-shirt. But that's pretty much how I remember it.
Well, and Isaiah loves raccoons.
Yeah,
That's
I love
yeah.
raccoons.
And it kind of like embodies some of our like antics or like spirit, you know, like
Dumpster
we like
diving.
we like dumpster dive, roll around the trash, you know, just kind of sneaking around, like to hang out late at night, you know. So yeah, raccoons are cool.
Okay, you guys play a lot of covers, and you have one song on Spotify. Do you have any plans to release any more songs? I know you guys play more than one original, so any plans?
Yeah, it's been a journey of trying to get them out.
Yeah.
You just had like a lot of setbacks with recording and releasing, but we have 2 songs that we're finishing right now. That should be out pretty soon.
Yep, rocking chair and Russian roulette. And rocking chair is like mixed; it just has to be mastered. So yeah.
Can you guys reveal any dates or rough ideas when they're coming out?
I would say like spring for sure, you know, and then Russian roulette would probably come out like closer, you know, towards the summer. So yeah, we're trying to get it done as fast as possible. I think a lot like with music and life, you know, it's like you set out to do something and you know, you're doing a good job, and then you find out that there's like, you know, you climb one mountain and then you get to the top of it, you're like, whoa, look at all these other mountains. So it's just like, you know, learning along the way. So I'm sure the next batch of songs are going to be streamlined like a lot faster because we got the training, the chevrons on our shoulders now. So
yeah, like there's a learning curve that you're figuring out.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Do you guys want to talk about your songwriting process or like how that works?
I mean, I think out of all the songs we have, we've written a song every possible way you can. Like sometimes I'll like write a whole song and we bring it to the band and work on it together. Other times, like I'll come up with a guitar part and Fritz does the lyrics. Isaiah's written a song, and then our old bass player Hawk like played like a couple riffs that we turned into a song. You know, pretty much any way we could get one out there. That's how we do it.
A thing that I really like about working with like Cam, Isaiah, and everyone is like how we're always down to keep trying things. Like I think sometimes like bands can write like one album and it takes off and then they're like covering themselves for the rest of their life, you know, like it, but with our group, we're always kind of saying like, oh, like, you know, Rocking Chair, Russian Roulette, or whatever song that is original of ours, we're like, yeah, we used to play it this way, but what if we play it like this way, you know, and we're kind of always updating it, and it keeps it fun for us, you know. But we always keep the good parts, so it's just like, I don't know, I think that's like a unique thing that we do. Like I like that it's never stagnant. Like even the quote unquote old songs, like songs that we've written a year ago or 2 years ago, like they might change like over the years, you know, so.
Constant work in progress rather than something finished. Like it's like a living.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It is, and then, but when you record, you kind of have to decide.
Yeah.
You know, and you can change it as many times as you want after that for the shows, which is fun. But you know, that, I think the tougher part with that is like, well, we do have to record it and decide on something to release. So.
How do you guys know when a song is like finished?
You really don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
you think you do, and then
when
you're
you
like,
think of
oh, I
something,
want to
just
add
like,
this.
Yeah, it's never finished. You just have to be like, get it out there, and then you'll think of other good ideas. But that, you know, that's just the way it goes.
It's finished when you run out of money. It's like, yeah, it's done now, you know.
That's the real truth.
No, like there's somewhat deadlines and stuff like that, but yeah, you know, there's always something to add. You know.
Do you guys have any artists that inspire you? I know you're talking about like Ozzy Osbourne, Led Zeppelin. Are there any people that you really admire or want to embody?
I personally love like all the '90s Seattle bands, like Alice in Chains and Nirvana and Soundgarden. Like, I think all those guys are really cool, and they brought like a real raw, authentic energy to their music. Like I personally don't like '80s music because it's all like fast cars and drugs and all that. Not all of it, but like that's nothing that I could relate to. So
You can't relate to drugs. Yeah.
no, part of the DARE program.
Your car is pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. What was the question again?
No, you're good. Do you take any inspiration from anyone or musicians?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. For me, loads, all different kinds of genres, I guess. My music taste changes, like, with the seasons, kind of. Like, in the winter, I'll listen to one thing. In the summer, I'm more in the mood for something else. But before I started playing with them, I watched this documentary that I can't think of the name of right now. But it's about a ton of musicians in the 60s that worked in sessions for just the music industry there. They weren't part of the bands, but they would just play what the producers wanted to hear. So when they were like, hey, we want you to like learn all these songs, and kind of it inspired me. There was a guitarist, Tommy Tedesco, and he just played everything, all genres, all kinds of stuff. So I was like, well, yeah, I'll just say yes and keep saying yes if people want me to play, and I'm happy to do it, and I have a really good time. So it's like I kind of just focused on that. Like, let's see, like, a challenge. Like, I want to be able to play what these people want to hear.
How long have you guys been playing your instruments? You just mentioned that you've been...
I've been playing guitar since I was 13, and then, I would play bass here and there kind of for fun. This is, I really started playing bass a lot when I started playing with them in the fall. But I've been playing in bands, I guess, for about 10 years, so...
I've been playing guitar for like 5 years now.
Yeah, 10 years for me too.
Singing since I was like 6 years singing, but like I went to school where you always had to be like in plays or singing. I actually didn't like singing at all when I was younger, so I always opted to like play like a drum or a percussion piece growing up. So, but I don't know. Then down the road, I was like, I guess singing's not that bad, So, yep.
My next question for you guys is, what are your aspirations as a band? Are you trying to go global, or do you like the freedom of being local?
I'd say we'd love to go global. I think we all want to, strive always to be professional musicians. But there's fun every step of the way. Like, helping set up a DIY show, but then it's also really nice, like playing at the Cooperage or playing at festivals or playing at, like nicer venues where, you have the green room and they ask you like what you want and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, my biggest dream would probably be like playing places like Rock in Rio or like, everyone says Madison Square Garden. But yeah, like, I don't know. I'd like to play where it's a little bit warmer from time to time, at least during the winter. Like, you can't beat the Midwest during the summer. But when it gets cold, I'd like to ship off somewhere warm,
That's a good answer.
Pretty much it.
I don't know. Yeah, I just like to see where things go. I like being part of the local music community and just, having a good time and creating a good time for people.
Bars. So nice. Wow. That was really good. Jeez Louise.
Do you guys have any fun stories or favorite memories from like practicing together or performing together?
That's a good question. There's a lot, so I guess that's a good problem to have. It's not being able to choose one.
You guys are allowed to swear. So.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
If you want. Do you have any fun stories?
I think like playing shows is always a great memory. Like I think like we played Stevens Point. That was like every time we play Stevens Point, that's such a fun show because like I feel like it's a like college town and it's like a really great kind of tightly knit community and everyone wants to help out, and like when the audience or everyone who's there starts moshing, like it's so intense, but then they're also the kindest people I've ever met in my entire life. So, and I feel like it's a two-way kind of interaction. Like some people, come, like a lot of people there come to see the music, but it's fun for us to like people watch and see how all the people that came like react or get into it. Like, so I'm watching just as much as they are watching if they are, you know, so.
I don't know. I always just remember having a good time, so it doesn't really say much. But
The adrenaline rush wears off.
sure,
You forget everything.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Who am I?
You guys have any pre-show superstitions or like traditions?
Sometimes I bring this stuffed frog called Blind Bill, and we'll like put him on my amp and I'll pray to him before the show.
Yeah, we'll all like huddle up and, or like say a quick prayer. Yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed to bring it, but I forgot it.
Okay, well, do you guys have anything you want to plug? Otherwise, I think that kind of concludes most of my questions, unless you have anything else
Nice.
you want to share.
I have a question for you. Like, so you're in like kind of is it like radio and podcasts and entertainment, like covering the stories of the scene, or what's like kind of some aspirations or things that like you want to do? Like, is there like if giving interviews is your thing, is there like a certain musician or musicians in particular that you'd love to interview someday?
You guys are one of them.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I mean, Prowl Radio does a lot of things. We have DJs, we do interviews. There's also like people can write their own reviews of albums, reviews of concerts, post it on the Prowl Radio website, and then they also do podcasts. And I'm probably forgetting something. Ben, let me know if I'm forgetting anything.
Shit, I mean, yeah.
Sounds like you covered all the bases. Yeah. No, that's cool because we're always like trying to figure out how we can always like connect with the community and like be of service to everyone that helps us out. So thank you so much for having us on, for real. Yeah.
I mean, I love you guys. So I was like, I should reach out, do an interview. Anyway, do you guys have anything you want to plug? Any like future shows? Probably not the one Friday because it's not going to be out by Friday. But anything else?
Yeah, Charlie just started an OnlyFans. I'm gonna plug that. It's really great content. I recommend it.
I think let me pull up my calendar. We have a show coming up at Vino's in Oconomowoc, which is a really fun bar, and that is going to be March 29th. So it is a bar, so it's like 21 or older, or you can bring your parents. So
Bring your parents.
which could be a fun time. Yeah.
We want to meet your parents.
Yeah.
My mom will probably be there selling merch, so, you know, yeah. Yeah, I'd say other than that, like, we have a EPK, it's blindhillband.com, and then our Instagram is blindhillband. We also have a Facebook. Yeah, like, we also want to hear, like, what, you know, people that like our music, we want to hear, like, what you guys want too. Like, it's like, oh, this would be a cool idea for merch, or like, y'all should play here, or there's this cool event, you know, come on through. Or it's like, come to, you know, if you're in a band or if you're like on a team or skateboarding, poet, whatever you do, like, let us know, because we want to hang out and get to know as many people as possible. So, yeah.
That's it. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming and interviewing today. And if you're listening, make sure to check out Prowl Radio's Instagram and Blind Hill's Instagram, and check out prowlradio.com, our website. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Nice.
So much for coming out. We love y'all to death. We are Blind Hill. Take care. Peace and love. Have a good night. Get home safe.